Woke up to sunshine, palm trees sway. City of dreams where the stars play. From the hills to the waves, it feels so right. Love in LA under neon lights. Oh, LA, you're my heart's escape. In your streets, my dreams take shape. From dawn till dusk, you never sleep.
We're in London. Big Ben stands tall against the London skyline, a timeless symbol amidst a blend of historic and modern architecture. The camera glides gracefully across the cityscape, capturing bustling streets filled with iconic red double-decker buses, black cabs weaving through traffic, and people hurrying along the pavements. The Thames reflects the glint of the midday sun as boats drift past, while pigeons flutter around the plaza, giving life to the scene. London pulses with energy, a vibrant cityscape alive with the blend of tradition and the rush of city life. We're in a restaurant. Drew and Tiffany sit across from each other in a quiet, intimate restaurant. Drew eats in silence, watching Tiffany as she absent-mindedly pushes her salad around, a pensive look on her face.
Is everything okay?
Well, 5 minutes ago, my boyfriend told me he could never see himself marrying me. So, I'm a little heartbroken, but I think it'll pass. Drew sighs, a hint of frustration crossing his face.
Not this again. We seem to be having this conversation every week now.
Well, you'd think you'd have had enough time to search your heart and come to a better conclusion about your feelings.
Look, I didn't say I could never marry you. I just said it's not an option for right now.
How sweet. It's a slap in the face, but sweet nonetheless.
Anyway, the only reason you're bringing this up is because you see marriage as some kind of competition.
Tiffany looks at Drew with narrowed eyes. I beg your pardon?
You know what? Let's just drop it.
No. Finish your sentence.
I'm just saying. Well, Lucy's engaged. We're going to Owen's wedding tomorrow. And maybe you feel like you're falling behind them.
Tiffany puts down her fork, visibly hurt. Wow. Thanks for putting it so kindly. Tiffany wipes her mouth, stands up, and grabs her bag.
Where are you going?
The hotel, away from you. Tiffany strides out, leaving Drew sitting at the table. After a moment, he throws down some money, grabs his jacket, and rushes after her. Outside in the street, Drew jogs to catch up to Tiffany as she walks briskly down the empty street.
Look, I wasn't trying to hurt you. That's the last thing I want.
You're wrong.
I'm sure I am. But, well, wrong about what exactly?
She stops, turning to face him, her eyes filled with frustration. The whole Owen and Lucy jealousy thing, it has nothing to do with competition.
Then what's it about?
Tiffany sighs, glances around, and then pulls him into a quiet alleyway. I grew up in the middle of a war zone, constantly stopping fights from every corner of the house. My parents fought over everything right in front of me. I always thought that when I got to this stage of my life...
That you'd what?
That I'd have something different. Something solid. Something going somewhere. With you, it feels like...
Like what?
It feels like the engine's running, but we're I don't know, trying to move with square wheels. We're not getting anywhere.
5 words. 2 divorces in 2 years.
Oh, I get that. But I thought you see that I was different, that I was genuine, that just wanted to love you.
I do see that.
Just not enough to actually show it. I mean, I know you asked me to move in. I know you gave me the key to your apartment, but I want more. Tiffany's voice trails off, and without another word, she turns and walks away, leaving Drew standing alone in the quiet street. Drew opens the door of their hotel room and they step inside. The room is dimly lit, casting soft shadows as they stand facing each other.
Look, can we not fight?
I'm not looking to fight, Drew. I'm looking for my man to finally admit that he loves me.
I do.
Really?
I mean, kinda.
Oh, Jesus, Drew. I need to feel like my life is moving forward. The man I love has to be flying alongside me, or
what?
or I might change plans and take the train instead. Drew turns away, his frustration building. He walks over to the window and stares out at the city lights.
You really think I'm not committed to this?
It's not what I think, Drew. It's what I know. Drew turns around, his gaze steady.
Are you? Into this? Us?
Why else would I be here?
Where were you last night after we landed?
Lucy invited me to dinner with Owen and his fiancée.
Was I invited?
You made it clear you don't like Owen, and you didn't want to deal with Lucy hitting on you.
Right.
What are you trying to say here?
That I understand why you're having doubts.
I doubt it, but go on.
Lucy texted me this morning. She wanted to warn me about something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She said you snuck out with Owen after dinner.
Tiffany freezes, caught off guard. Well, no, I came straight back here. Drew pulls out his phone, taps a few buttons, then holds up the screen. A photo shows Tiffany and Owen together, smiling outside a jewellery shop. How the hell did you get that picture?
Owen's photographer used to take pictures of me at movie premieres. I've worked with him on my charities. Owen asked Lucy if she knew a photographer who could take pictures, and I recommended him.
Well, I have nothing to be guilty about.
No, but you lied to my face.
I went somewhere to talk to my ex, that's it.
You went somewhere to reminisce about the good times with him, and now you're questioning whether we fit, trying to blame me. I'm not dumb, Tiff.
All I'm asking is for you to love me.
I don't put my chips in for cheap thrills. I want something real, too. Something lasting. If you're looking for a thrill, then... well, hell, maybe Owen's your guy.
Oh, you're unbelievable.
No, I'm done. I'm packing up and getting another room.
If you leave, we're over.
If I leave, it won't make a difference. You'll still be comparing me to Owen.
Drew grabs his suitcase, throws it open, and starts packing. Tiffany watches him for a moment, hurt flashing across her face. Then she turns and walks out, leaving him alone.
If you're enjoying this episode of With or Without You, be sure to subscribe to That Love Podcast for more rom-com magic. You can also find us on Twitter at That Love Pod and on Facebook at That Love Podcast. Give us a follow. Now, back to the show.
We cut to Lucy's hotel room. Tiffany steps into the room, her face tense. Lucy sits on the edge of the bed, looking tired, as if she's been up half the night. She raises an eyebrow as Tiffany walks in. Well, thanks a lot.
Honey, I told you I would tell him if you went off with Owen. Don't act like I stabbed you in the back.
I thought our friendship meant more to you than that.
Well, I thought your relationship with Drew meant more than you're letting on. But hey, what do I know?
Tiffany looks down, unable to meet Lucy's gaze. He's finding another hotel room. Lucy sighs, studying Tiffany for a long moment.
Look, gather your thoughts, figure out what you really want out of this relationship. Sleep on it, and then go fight for him.
Tiffany hesitates, her eyes distant, mind racing.
Honey, you're scaring me. Please tell me Drew is the love of your life and that you're not pining for Owen.
Of course he is. Drew means the world to me. He's the only guy who genuinely makes me smile. The only guy who's ever been totally honest with me, even when it's hard. We have great chemistry in and out of bed. And whenever something happens, good or bad, he's the first person I want to tell. At Owen's engagement party, we danced for 10 whole minutes. And I spent the whole time just locked in his eyes. He's incredible.
So why doubt what you love? Why compare him to Owen? Trust me, hon, what you have is way stronger than what Owen and his fiancée have.
Tiffany looks up, surprised. What are you talking about?
From what I hear, Owen's fiancée is in it for the wrong reasons. She's already talking about his inheritance. Heard her in the bathroom scheming with her friend about getting a slice of the pie when Owen's dad dies.
Are you serious? Should I tell him?
Look, you have more pressing matters. Let Owen deal with his own mess. You need to focus on Drew. Tell him what you just told me. Don't lose the love of your life over something you're going to regret.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Thanks, Lucy. Lucy smiles and gives her a supportive nod.
Now go. Find him.
Tiffany walks to the door and then pauses, turning back. She crosses the room and wraps Lucy in a grateful hug.
You're wasting time. Go.
Tiffany smiles, gives Lucy one last appreciative look, and exits, determination lighting her face as she heads off to find Drew. Next day, early morning, and the hotel lobby is quietly bustling with guests checking out and bellhops moving luggage. Tiffany, looking exhausted but determined, walks up to the reception desk, her eyes scanning for any sign of Drew. Hi, I'm looking for Drew Armstrong's room number. The receptionist, a polite woman in her 30s, looks up from her computer.
Madame, I'm afraid we can't give out guests' private room numbers.
Oh, please, he's my boyfriend. The woman raises an eyebrow, about to decline again, but stops when she notices the desperation in Tiffany's eyes.
All right, I'm not really supposed to tell you this, but your boyfriend checked out 3 minutes ago. He's in one of our waiting rooms, trying to book a flight back to America.
Tiffany's face drops, panic flashing in her eyes. He's leaving? Without even saying a word? The woman nods sympathetically, gesturing towards a nearby waiting room.
I'm sorry, but if you care about him, go talk to him. Change his mind.
Tiffany hesitates only a moment before following her gaze to the waiting room. Through the glass doors, she sees Drew hunched over his laptop, typing, his suitcase beside him. Gathering her courage, she takes a deep breath and strides over, heart pounding. She marches to the waiting room and up to Drew, her footsteps purposeful. He barely looks up as she stops in front of him. What the hell do you think you're doing? Drew closes his laptop slowly, looking up at her with a cold expression.
Last time we talked, we both agreed the relationship was over, so I don't think what I'm doing is any of your concern.
Oh, Drew, that was the heat of the moment. It was a silly fight.
No, a silly fight is calling your girlfriend out for spending too much on shoes or something, not your girlfriend sneaking around with another man and lying about it.
Tiffany's face softens with regret. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Look, I have been myself lately. You were right. I've been looking out of the window searching for something else when I should have been working on what's right here with me, with us. Drew stands, gathering his laptop and slipping it into his bag.
Yeah, well, it's a little late for apologies.
Oh, come on, Drew. I said I was sorry. Drew pauses, pulling his phone from his pocket. He opens a photo and holds it up to her.
My photographer sent me one last picture of you with Owen last night. You kissed him.
Tiffany stares at the image. She and Owen in an embrace, his lips on hers. Tiffany's face falls. Oh, he kissed me, Drew. I didn't kiss him back.
Funny, you didn't mention that at all.
Because it was meaningless. I didn't want to bring up something so pointless that it could hurt us.
You're covering your tracks.
Oh, Drew, you're the love of my life. I love you. I don't want anyone else.
You destroyed whatever love I had for you.
Drew picks up his luggage and starts walking away, not looking back. Tiffany stares after him, her heart breaking. Drew, please. Drew pauses at the door, glancing back with a cold expression.
Goodbye, Tiffany.
Without another word, Drew walks out, leaving Tiffany standing alone. She sinks onto one of the waiting room chairs, tears spilling over as the weight of what has just happened sinks in. Lucy, who'd been watching from the lobby, quickly comes over and wraps her arms around Tiffany, pulling her into a comforting hug. Tiffany pulls back slightly, shaking her head. I've lost him. Lucy squeezes her tighter as Tiffany's quiet sobs fill the empty space, her gaze fixed on the door where Drew just left.
Woke up to sunshine, palm trees sway, city of dreams where the stars play. From the hills to the waves, it feels so right. Love in LA, under neon lights. Oh, LA, you're my heart's escape. In your streets, my dreams take shape. From dawn till dusk, you never sleep. In your arms, my soul I keep. Boulevard nights with headlights glow. Paparazzi flash, movie stars show. Skies ablaze with hues of gold.
This has been a That Love podcast production. With or Without You was brought to life by the incredible voices of Chakri Matayanant, Andrea Richardson, Alice Irvin, and Emerson Peary. Written, produced, and directed by Yoaun Sita, this show is a labor of love for all rom-com enthusiasts. For future episodes and exclusive updates, don't forget to subscribe to That Love podcast. Join our growing community of over 28,000 fans on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at That Love Pod and on Facebook at That Love Podcast to stay connected, share your thoughts, and be part of the fun. Thank you for listening, and we can't wait to see you next time.